very happy to have with Carlos, who has adjusted his schedule. And I'm going to say that he's making every effort he possibly can to get Brother James to be available for the young people. And it's really important, the skating party. I think Sister Grim said we're responsible for 6 children.
Yes.
So she know I got a job now. First thing she asked me to always pay me. So I guess we support these children. And I don't have a problem supporting because somebody was supporting me when I was a child. Many of my neighbors sent me many places. Victoria Grimm's been around the world. Other people have taken her from me. Just took her around the world and paid for her trips. You know, so I owe back because people have been so gracious to me and my family. And I definitely want to sponsor and help, especially with the troop girls and boys. There's a lot of them, and I don't want them to feel no pain. So whatever we can do, please, Sister Graham, Rachel, let me know ahead of time. Rachel don't have no children. She can't wait to give me some money to help take care of the troops. She's a giver. She's a giver. So that's how we do it. Amen. My grandkids are gonna go. And then let me see what happened the other day. You know, when the lady had an outburst last Sunday. Remember that?
No,
I worked out pretty good. I got a call from West Angeles. She went over there and had a workout. But they called me and they said, I don't know why she keep going off on us, but she mentioned she was from Good Shepherd. And then, hold on. And then we decided to overlook her attitude and call you. So I said, Miss Carolyn, what do you need? She said, I want to put you on the project with the land across the street. Oh, y'all didn't get that. Brother James has been fighting to get it. Him and Sister Karen Brown, son, Eric, trying to get it. And you know, the lady said to me, it's so strange. She would never tell us your name. But she just came saying she's a good shepherd and you need to give us that lot for $1. She said she told us to give it to her. West Angeles bought it. But they're building a project, they're doing something, and they called me and asked when I built a committee, because they said they would dare not build something here without putting us in and getting us involved in that. You hear what I'm saying? You don't have to own it to know somebody can have it.
That's right.
And I told Reverend Harvick about it this morning. He just got $4 million. He sold his buildings next to the Broadway Federal Savings. All those apartments belong to him. And he just sold them for $4 million. And I told him this morning, and he said, listen, you need the money for that parking lot, let me know. But now, sometimes you talk like this sometimes, but I'm gonna definitely get involved and find out what I can do on my own and see what we can do, because we need to go in and canvass this neighborhood, and we need to be involved. We need to have, I would love to build a living center, a life center, already see it, 3 stories high, with parking on the ground. 1 level will be a big downstairs with a big banquet room. 2nd floor will be office, and the 3rd floor will be where they live. You can house people from, I want to house them for 5 years. First year they have to be in curfew, take care of their families, take life skill classes. 2nd year they get a chance to go out and work, and they must be in by 10, take care of their family. 3rd year they have to start paying rent, 50% or whatever the fair market is. And then 4th year they have to pay rent at the fair market price. And then the 5th year they have to pay full rent. Watch me now. And then when we put them out, they get all their money back. Get all the money back, teach them how to do it. So that's what the Lord already gave it to me. He already gave it to me. That's how we'll do it. So it's working together. So in spite of what she did last week, a door opened up. And that means all things.
That's right.
That's why
for the good.
All things work together for the good. And that's why, you don't get excited with people. And let me explain to you what her problem is. Y'all want to know what it is? Her son got killed when he was 13 years old. And he died. When I say he got killed, he died. And she never recovered from it. And so now she's trying to save the world because no one saved her child. And that's usually how it works in psychology. Am I right? So that's what her problem is. So that's why I don't get angry at her. I don't like how she does. She done went off on folks, went off on Sister Grim last week. Sister Grim said, I got this. They were saying, what was you going to do? She said, I have it.
Yeah.
You know, little her, she can handle it. I'm the one you got to help. Don't help her, help me. And Brother Rodney didn't know. He said, Pastor, what did I supposed to do with this woman? I don't know, was I supposed to knock her out? But she was all up in people's face. I said, no, you just get in the middle of them and just stand there and just pray for them. Because these individuals they're hurting. People just don't walk around the street and just holler and scream. They're trying to get the volume to turn down on the inside. So that is how I looked at it. And I didn't get offended. But She just opened up a door for me in West Angeles. She went over there and cussed him out real good and said, hey, the bishop, and Bishop Homer was there. So Cincinnati knew who I am, and I'll be at the meeting next week. She told me she no longer remembered him. She told me that. So everything is well. And the lady that took the message, Brother Larry, so strange, the woman that took the message call, when I called her Friday, she said, I knew it didn't represent you. So I'm clear. So I don't have a problem with folks opening doors for me. Amen. For the church, so we can go on and be aboard in this. And then we have Karen and her committee here that just got to do with their fellowship. And they're young people that believe in Jesus Christ. Amen. And they have a campaign going on, the revival begins with me. So I thank God for the surrounding of people. I've learned how to make anything that's ugly make it look good. That's right. You hear what I'm saying? When they give you lemons, put some sugar in it.
That's right. That's right.
At this time, Carlos is going to come. Minister Carlos will come with a short word. He's a little tired. He had a lot of money in the bank. It looks like Carlton on the TV today. So Carlton, I want you to come on and do your thing. And I want you to go back to work and write that check for the church. Come on, give him a hand to come.
Wow. I would have rather Will Smith, that's fine. Standing all across the room while everyone is standing acknowledging Pastor Graham in his presence and ministers in the pulpit. And to you, my brothers and sisters in Christ. Amen. Turning to John chapter 11. And you can read the whole entirety once you get home. I'm actually going to read the very last comment that Christ made in that scripture. And it simply says, Jesus said to them, take off the grave clothes and let him go. You may be seated. It is one of the shortest comments amongst the comments that Christ made. You can be seated. That was just times like, it's a read more of it. That's it. It's one of the shortest comments that Christ made, but it's actually one of the most important. Christ was speaking to a group of people who, by all accounts, were heartbroken. They were angry. They were distraught. And they were trying to figure out why such a loving God had allowed for them to go through something so catastrophic. If you don't remember the story, a family, and particularly two sisters, were there. One sister ran to Christ and was angry because they had sent word to him that Lazarus had died. And so they were waiting for Christ to show up, and in their minds they felt like he showed up too late. And they thought that if he had come any time sooner, then their situation and the death of their brother might have been a bit better. He may have still been alive, but Scripture gives a comment said that if you had been here, my brother would not have died. Christ goes over the story and he begins to tell them to point him into the direction of the body. And he looks and he says something else that's rather important, and we'll get to that in a minute. He says that he's going to do it for the benefit of those that do not believe. The last stanza, as we read Christ, after going through the commentary, after speaking to them, after going to the grave, after raising Lazarus from the dead, after the body beginning to come back to life, he just simply says, take off the grave clothes and let him go. I have 2 points for you today, and I will be seated. Point one is, how long have you been dead? Been dead. Lazarus was not dead long at all. I read it, and Pastor Graham, I was trying to figure out. I always get confused because the Bible sometimes doesn't give you a timeline, so you have to study and you end up breaking it down. And it says that Christ was almost on a 3 days journey before he got back to the family. He had traveled all this time. He had already gotten the word. But if you add it up, somebody had to go and give him the word first, which means that probably another 3 days beforehand. So a total of almost a whole week that he was dead. And Christ walks into a situation and into people that have been going through distress for 6 days' time. And if you can imagine your own life, imagine going through something on Monday and not finding a resolution until Sunday. And trying to figure out how you make it through Tuesday and Wednesday and Thursday and Friday, and you're waiting for help, you're waiting for the bills to catch up, you're waiting for the money to come in, you're waiting for this. And the craziest thing is that you only get stressed when you have to sit on it. The worst thing to do is have to wait for problems to work themselves out. If somebody wants to give you a resolution or say go here or go do that, or if you can be busy, but it's the worst thing to do is have to sit in moments of stress. Because then you have to think about what you could have done different, what you could have said different, how you could have prevented it, how you could have stopped this thing from coming for 6 days' time. Before Christ shows up and he walks into a room of people that never expected for them to be in this situation. So we think about our lives. How long have you been dead? How long in your life have you went through moments that didn't work themselves out? How long have you toiled with friendships, with jobs, with careers, with being unmotivated, with being stressed out, with not having courage, with not having relief, without feeling like you can find a break in life? How long have you been dead on the inside until Christ finally showed up? That's important to find out because stress is the ultimate killer of a Christian's faith. Stress is the one thing that's untangible. Nobody can see it. Nobody can substitute it. Nobody can figure out a remedy for you because stress, and I've been finding this out with dealing with some of my clients in the mental health field. Stress is the one thing that looks different on everybody.
That's right.
It doesn't look the same on everybody. How I work things out, how I handle problems, how I'm able to cope, how I'm able to coexist, how I'm able to move through life is much different than how the person that's sitting next to me on the pew handles their issues. And so that's important to find out because Christ was dealing with people that were stressed out. Completely stressed out. It's easy to trust God when there's no issues. That's easy. It's easy to rely on God when everything looks good, when everything feels good, when the money is in the bank, when the marriage is going right, when the children are listening, when your boss is not getting on your nerves, when the car works, when the house loan is paid. It's easy to trust God. But what happens when God takes his hand off you long enough for you to feel a dead zone in your life? What do we do when God allows for us to feel the stress, to feel the anxiety, to feel what life feels like on the cold side of living before God can show you who he is? Sometimes he has to let you feel life without him. So God shows up to a city. Christ comes into the city of people that now were waiting for him to reveal how quick he could fix a dead situation. How do I know that? Because he was kind of aggravated by a woman running up to him. Now, they believed in Christ or else they would not have sent word for him to come help. That's number one. They believed in him. Secondly, they understood the relationship that he had with Lazarus. They understood that Lazarus was a soft spot for Christ because of their friendship. But for somebody to have the tenacity or more so the gall to walk up to Christ and say, I blame you. That's what she said. She said, if you had not been here, my brother wouldn't have died. But plain and simple, she blamed him. So Christ takes the blame of humanity. And he takes the stress of our humanistic ways. And he brings them together to work miracles. He takes blame of your life. He takes blame of your trials. He takes the blame of your issues. He takes the blame of your grief. And how we know that he does that? Because he tells us that all of our suffering was placed on his flesh. So he takes all of that and looks at this woman and he tells her, plain and simple, show me where you laid the body. So point one was asking ourselves, how long have we been dead? And point two, when I'm gone, are you ready to live?
Come on now.
Are you ready to live? Are you ready to live? Because it's ironic that death and life flow from the same vein. It's ironic that Christ is able to muster life and death from the same side that he was pierced from. It's irony to think that Christ can give you love and pain at the same time. when you understand that you've been dead before.
Yes, yes, yes.
It's a different conversation that you have with people. It's a different testimony. It's a different song in your heart. It's a different hymn. It's a different scripture. It's a different move. It's a different correlation in life when you understand that I've been dead before. And Christ simply speaks to them and he says to remove the graveyard clothes. Take off what was dead. Take off what wasn't working. Take off what's binding him. Take off what's kept him in this situation. Take off what's not looking good and let it go. So we're operating now, and the Bible doesn't give account to what Lazarus did after he got up. It doesn't say anything. It just says that he simply got up. And I want to ask you today, are you ready to live? Are you ready to surrender your graveyard clothes to the one that can give you life?
That's right.
Are you ready to give God everything that has kept you in a tomb long enough for somebody to know that they ought to go see God on your behalf? Are you ready to let go of everything that binded you? And I like when they explain how Lazarus was binded, and in that time there was no embalming. They didn't cut your body. They didn't wait for somebody to come make you look good and look pretty. They wrapped you after they got you cleaning your body. They wrapped you in things that would preserve you long enough for them to bind you and to keep your body cool enough for your family to come see you. Don't you know that life has preserved you long enough for God to come see about you?
That's right.
No matter what it looked like, no matter what it felt like, no matter how many times you cried, no matter how many times you had to suffer, no matter how many times you had to fall, all it was God wrapping you and cleaning you and preserving you long enough for him to come see about you. It's an analogy that I was talking, actually, I think I was speaking to Rachel. Speaking to Rachel about, I heard this story and I thought it was the most amazing way to explain death. This woman had died and her husband was full of grief. He had went to the graveyard and he had prepared her body before that and he had buried his wife and he went home and he was in distress and he was trying to figure out where was the consolation in this? What do I get out of dying? What does death bring me? How can I forgive God now at this point that he's taken my wife away from me? And so he was speaking to one of his spiritual leaders and the spiritual leader looked down at his cell phone and the guy was a bit annoyed because he thought that the guy, I would imagine, was just texting or calling, but the spiritual leader began to give an example of the cell phone. I'm almost done, I promise. And so the leader looked at his phone and he said, this phone hasn't been working. He said it's been giving me problems. I can't call out. I've rebooted it. I've wiped out the memory to try and give it space again. I've tried to do everything I can to bring restoration to the phone, but this phone, it's not working. And he said, so what I did was I called down and called the number that they gave me when the phone's not working. He said, and I called in and they put me on hold for a while. He said, and a voice came back on the phone and the voice said, Mr. Forge, I've heard you've had problems with your device that's not working. And the guy said, yeah. He said, it's aggravating me. It's giving him, I need you to fix it. He said, hold on, Mr. Forge. He said, have you done this? He said, yeah. He said, have you rebooted it? He said, yeah. He said, have you done it? He said, yeah. He put him back on hold. A quiet voice came back on the phone. He said, Mr. Forge, I've heard your device is not working. He said, here's what I want you to do. He said, put it back in the box and send it to headquarters. Sometimes, the only thing that you can do in life is put it back in the box and send it to headquarters.
It ain't gonna work